do I think this is window service or do I think this is legitimate? I do think it's legitimate. Couple reasons. Number one, if we were trying to just throw something out there for an opponent to be worried about, we're not going to throw it out there right now when you got all the time in the world. You wait till it's week 1 or you wait till you going into that game week and then you just start letting things like that get leaked out. Dang, they've been playing this guy at fullback. Oh, this guy's been taking reps at quarterback. They're working on a special play. That's when you want to leak that info. So then when you're talking about that clock and how much time you have to prep Wednesday, Thursday, Friday before a game on Sunday, now you're saying maybe we can still 20 minutes from them preparing for this third down concept to prepare for Kendrick Green at fullback, and we know we're not going to use him there. I don't feel like that's the case right now because it really isn't relevant right now. You're not trying to trick anybody in the preseason. And like I said, it's just so far away that you're not really going to inconvenience any of your AFC North opponents right now either with whatever you implement out there in the preseason. Now, the reason why I do feel like it's legitimate, though, is because of the way that they're utilizing him. You watch him Friday Night Lights, you watched him on Saturday, you saw him again on the following Monday, right? All these practices, he's been getting more and more reps. It wasn't just go out there on Friday Night Lights, get you a highlight and stop it. Nah, he had a package. Run, play, pass, play. Saw him out there the next day, run, play, pass, play. His individual portion of practice now, he doesn't even do individual exclusively with the O-line anymore. He's working with running backs, ball carrying, getting used to having that football in his hand because whenever they decide to call his number, whether that's him actually holding that football, that becomes way more of, significance for him. But you see them training him up and working him in all those areas. I don't think that they're messing around with this. I think that we're going to legitimately see this evolve if he can take this success that he's having and carry it over into the stadium. I think he will get a couple of reps on Friday. I don't think they're going to hand him the ball, but I think he will get some reps at fullback on Friday to just kind of see what it looks like because there is a difference in a practice setting versus when you're doing it in a game setting. Practice, familiarity, you might have caught the guy by surprise. He might still be just trying to figure out what's going on. In the game on Friday, that dude might cut you, as far as we know. You're not thinking about that type of stuff in practice on Friday. Or in practice on the other day. On Friday versus the Bucks, man, what if that guy decides that I'm going to, try to avoid you because I want to make a play? It's the game, man, because on game day, dudes get wacky. You're like, bro, you've been hammering this, setting the edge all week, but now it's game day. The lights come on. You want to spin out and do something freaky. All right, how do you handle that? What if the guard gets blown up in front of you? What do you do? These are all the type of things that, he's going to have to be able to show that he can adapt to and adjust to and still execute at a varsity level in stadium. But no, I do feel like this is legitimate though, man.
I say, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, we've been calling for this.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
If we're legitimately going to have him as our second center on the depth chart anyway, and all signs point to him making the team, even though I don't know if I ever want him to play offensive line again, why not put him at another position where he could be useful for us? And fullback seems to be a perfect spot for him.
Positional flexibility.
Yeah.
You could play fullback, you could play guard, you could play center. If an injury happened to Mason Cole, he can get you out of a stadium. If you don't put Kendrick Green out there,
I don't feel great about that.
So this is my question then, Deke. Who would you feel great about then?
I'd move like Daniel or one of the other guys.
I'm listening.
And then
because remember,
put
on
Herbig
game day,
at left guard, right guard, wherever it is.
Okay.
Daniel or Sayamalu, put them at center and put Herbig in their spot.
And
Herbig or Dotson.
And that is great. Last year, we never experienced multiple injuries. But we've also had seasons where we've had multiple injuries. Eventually, that was just your last bullet, right? Herbig goes over there guard. Now, same conversation. If Herbig, Sayamalu, or Daniels goes down now.
We got Dotson.
No. You think Dotson's going to be here and Kendrick Green and all? Like, you think all that's going to stay and be dressed on game day? All that's not going to dress on game day.
We haven't traded Dotson yet.
I'm with you on that, but you're not going to dress all of them on game day is what I'm saying. So if Kendrick is dressed on game day, you're not going to have Dotson, Kendrick, and Herbig dressed when none of those dudes are going to. Well, Kendrick, he going to play special teams more than likely. But that's what I'm trying to say is like, I know we act as if he's like god awful, but on a Sunday, he is good enough to get you out of a stadium. He started 16 games in this league already. We've already seen that. And to act like did he get ran over every single play? Did 7 get hit every single play? Was the snap at every single play? We know it was not.
Damn near close.
No, it was not. That's an exaggeration. That's all I'm saying. So with it though, with the versatility that he brings, he almost brings more value to himself than Dotson does to this team right now. That's what I'm trying to explain. I'm like, bro, he'll mess around and be here because he's added something that the other dudes can't add. And he's still cheap too. That's the other part that he has in his favor. That's why I'm looking at Dotson. I'm like, that looks like that could be in hot water, man.
I don't think you're wrong. I think this only helps Kendrick Green's chances to making the team, and it seems like we are satisfied with keeping him as the backup center. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that.
Think about even last year. I
would take all those linemen that we were just talking about over Green.
We both would.
Yeah.
Think about it, though. We were still shocked last year when they were like, yo, it's still a competition between Green and Dotson. All I'm saying is now he has added something very different than the other dudes, and Dotson is no longer a starter. You can make a case that Dotson is even the first guard up. We already said Herbig, right? So that's why I'm just looking. I'm like, man, this is crazy, but this has literally bumped up Kendrick a lot because he looks
for sure
good at fullback. Like, not just he's out there just running around like it's a feel-good story. Like, no, he actually plays it well. So it's like if you could do that well where we already know that you can go over here and get a couple of snaps or we need a quarter to get out of here. We're not saying start for 3 games.
Well, because that's my point. If we have a week in preparation for our next game.
That's a different convo. But if we're in stadium,
I would not want
getting
Kendrick
you
Green
out of there. If you're in stadium, he's getting you out of there. That's what I'm speaking on.
And he's potentially already playing snaps at fullback throughout the game. I get what you're saying.
So when you talk about on game day and we only got a certain number of guys that could be dressed, who brings more value to the table right now? Kendrick Green. That's what I'm just saying to myself. I'm like, bro, like, I feel like this is dope for him specifically, man.
Where would you put Green if you had to get out of a stadium in a pinch?
I'm putting him at center because he's already started 15 games there. What are we talking about?
Where could we hide him the best?
Center, like I just said.
You think?
Absolutely.
Between that left guard or right guard?
No, it's center, bro. Center is always the position that you could hide from. The problem is we play in the AFC North where he was at the time facing some dudes that could bang him up. Ain't nothing wrong with that, though. We learned from it.
You got any scouting reports on him? Has he got some better, a little bit better on the O-line?
This is the thing, man. He's always going to be fundamentally sound. His issue is forever size. So if he gets to you first, you're not going to just roll him up out of there. His problem his rookie year was them big dudes putting hands on him first, and then you would see him getting driven back. He never has not fought, though. He's never not been fundamentally where he needed to be. It's just he's undersized. That's why him at fullback is way different because he's taking the same athleticism that we would see when we watch him pull, and we're like, yo, he pulls great. We watch him run down the field, we're like, yo, he runs down the field great. You're taking all of them things and putting in a position where now he can maximize it. That's all. But I'm saying to me, center, like that's why I hide it at. But he also just looking at it like getting him out of a pickle. We're not talking about, like you said, starting games. This is if
I would reconfigure the whole offensive line.
Right. But if you got a week to prepare, we're not worried about that. We're talking about in a pickle. In a pickle, who gives you more value? Kendrick Green. Because you've essentially named 4 spots that he can play right now.
It's just because he might be playing before you need to have him play on the offensive line.
He could play 4 spots
throughout the game, doing some things on fullback and whatnot, and then something happens third quarter. Then you could throw him on the other line.
You know he could play right guard, he could play left guard, he could play center. Now you just added fullback to it. He could play up back on kickoff return.
Oh yeah, I think he's making the team.
Like, bro, that's a lot of value, bro.
You don't gotta convince me.
Yeah, that's a lot of value.
I think he's making the team for sure.
Which is crazy though, because 2 weeks ago we would have been saying the opposite.
Well, in my mind, I would have cut him without him playing fullback. But I don't think the Steelers are thinking the same way as me. I think they still look at Kendrick Green as the third rounder and like, hey, maybe we could
me and you were on the same
have him
page,
as a reclamation project still. Like I think they were always going to keep him. Yeah. So that's why for me, I'm like, this is house money. You're keeping him anyway, but now he might actually contribute on the field.
See, I didn't think they were just going to keep him. I did not think that was a foregone conclusion. I thought that was in hot water, or they would be moving Dotson trade value-wise and then keep Green that way. But that was my whole thing. I was like, if Dotson is still here, I didn't see a scenario where they would keep him because Dotson a 4th rounder. So it's like, man, fourth rounder versus third rounder, you're not tripping one way or the other. You don't feel like, man, I've had so much stock on this.
Wait, I guess the question is, how many O linemen do we typically keep in total?
What, 7 around that range? And usually you have one on practice squad potentially. Like you usually have that swing dude on practice squad. We've had up to 7 before, yes. But you think you're starting 5. You got to tackle the swings and the guard the swings.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like a lot.
But last year we never used a backup outside of an extra lineman because you don't rotate them dudes.
Well, my take was stupid then, thinking that Kendrick Green would be a foregone conclusion. I just thought we kept more than 7 linemen. I thought it was more like 8 or 9.
But remember when I said the whole practice squad part too, whoever is like number 8 on that list potentially is the guy that bumps back and forth, because I'm not. What's the point of me keeping 8 on active? They don't rotate, and I might need an extra linebacker or a corner or that receiver that we've been talking about. You know what I mean? Like it's something over there that would see the field, whether it's on offense, defense, but also on special teams. O-line, that's literally all they can bring to you. So they can't help you anywhere else. So I'm just like,
there's going to be some names getting cut here then.
Seriously,
because we got a lot of good receivers. Yeah. We got 4 tight ends essentially.
Yeah.
Anthony McFarland's been showing out.
He has.
Now we're talking about Kendrick Green playing fullback. Yeah. Like
Kendrick brought a lot to the table right now.
Definitely going to be some names getting cut. Now I don't know if we're going to be able to scoop them up on practice squad or not, but
see, this is the weird part, right? I feel like if it was Kendrick Green, we could get him on practice squad. If it's Dotson, I don't think you could sit him on practice squad, bro.
We might be showcasing KG too much at fullback.
Yeah, I was gonna say
these other teams might be getting ideas.
I don't think you're sitting Dotson on practice squad and he's gonna survive over there. I don't see that.
Oh no.
I feel like as soon as you go to put him over there, he's getting grabbed up right away, bro.
And I wouldn't blame any team for picking him up
because he's good enough to start.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's literally just the way that we went after Seyumalu and Herbig this offseason. That's what did Dotson in to put him where he was. But then for Green to get this fullback value and actually appear to be good at it, you're like, dang. Now this just changes the situation a little bit here, right here.
Too early for upgraded nicknames for KG?
He does not get an upgraded nickname just yet, bro. No, we're not doing that
KG
just yet,
just
bro.
Fine?
We are not doing that just yet. In fact, I still be weird.
I've been seeing some good suggestions.
Stop it.
I've been seeing some really good suggestions.
He's not. How you gonna get a nickname just yet, man? He had a couple Friday Night Lights, a couple practices, man. No, we need to at least see this in stadium.
One of my favorites,
nickname, bro.
The Green Monster.
See, nope.
The Green Monster. That's pretty good.
Stop it, man. Stop it. Yeah, seeing what happened to the last nickname you gave out. He was an island boy. All right, he's still trying to fight to get back. All right. Jeez, the Green Monster. See? And I can already say it now. The Green Monster's supposed to be big. Kendrick is small. That's the little monster. I can already see it, bro. You already know it, man.
No, he's a monster at fullback.
I'm with you, but the haters gonna
He's not a monster on the O-line.
The haters gonna get at him. He ain't no monster. That's like Monsters Inc.
No, dude, he's a fan favorite now. I don't think anyone's ripping on him now.
Well, put it like this. No, the fans, no. But you do get the skeptics. They're kind of, they ain't really feeling it all the way. They think it's more gimmicky. I'm like, y'all hating on it, man. It's nice. I like it.
I feel like it could work.
Well, we've already saw it work in practice, both as a runner. I mean, he's run the football, but as a blocker and as a dude running a route. Showed he could catch, showed ball security. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.